Hola, amigos.
I'm Paloma.
And I'm Mati. And welcome back to Latino Soy Yo.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first episode of Latino Soy Yo. I'm Paloma.
And I'm Matthias.
And we decided to start a radio show.
Yes, we did. So just for you guys listening, Latino Soy Yo is going to be a podcast or a radio show, should I say. And it's going to be talking about Paloma and I's experience as second generation Latino teens. So if you are interested in this and you want to hear about our experiences, specifically pertaining to growing up in the city of Toronto, stick around and hope you guys enjoy. So now that we're here, the first thing we're going to go over is we're going to introduce ourselves a little bit so you guys can get to know us a little better. So I'm going to hand it off to Paloma and yeah.
Sure. Okay. So I'm Paloma. I'm Paloma Torres, and I'm in media production. I'm in second year media production. I like to dance. I like to cook. I like to eat. And I'm Mexican and Canadian.
Don't
How
forget
about
your
you, Mati?
dog. You got
Oh,
it.
and I have a really cute dog.
You have
His
a
name is
very cute dog.
Lucky.
It's
Yeah.
a gray French
It's
bulldog.
a blue French bulldog.
Blue.
It's called Blue. Yeah.
So extra. Whatever.
Yeah.
On to me. So my name is Mati. Most people call me Mati, and I am half Argentinian and half Colombian. But I'm Canadian, so that's my mom and dad's side. I am studying psychology right now at Ryerson. What else? I love to play soccer. Favorite team is FC Barcelona, and yeah, they aren't doing too good right now, but that's beside the point. And yeah, that's basically me. I was talking to Paloma earlier about what it was like growing up as someone whose first language was only Spanish.
Yeah.
And I was telling Paloma, like, I didn't, like, my English was, like, pretty poor until, like, I think third or fourth grade.
No
So,
way.
yeah, it was pretty bad.
That's
It was
crazy.
pretty bad, yeah. But I realized that, you know, as you grow up, it's better to have that, like, base of Spanish. And I always make fun of Paloma for, like, her Spanish not being, like, the best. But that's okay. I mean, like, your mom is Mexican, right? Or is it your dad?
No, my mom's Canadian, so her background is like English and Irish, so like my grandparents' parents from England, Ireland, that kind of thing. And then my mom is from here, like North York, and then my dad's Mexican from Mexico City.
And none of them taught you, like, or just your dad didn't, like, hit up the Spanish with you,
Well,
or
like
what?
no, it's not. I mean, the thing was, it depends, because when I was a kid, like up until I started going to school, I watched movies in Spanish, read books in Spanish. Like my parents really tried to teach me. And then in school, I went to Spanish lessons. I don't know. We've always tried, and I guess it
You went to
stuck.
Spanish lessons? Oh my
Yes,
God,
of
wow.
course.
Oh,
I went to
I
Spanish lessons
didn't.
with my Colombian friends, and what else did I do? Yeah, and then now, more recently, like in high school, I did Mexican folk dancing for 5 years, and
Wow.
so yeah, it was a lot of fun. And all the classes were in only Spanish, so that really helped a lot. And my sister, so her vocabulary now, she's learning Spanish now, and I took Spanish in high school, which helped. But yeah, in dance, my sister mostly knows like falda, like get your skirt, or like make a
Oh
line,
my
or that
God.
turn around.
That's
It's
so jokes.
I know, but like the way I learned other things, like more slang, was
Mm-hmm.
on trips. Like if I went to Mexico, um, there's always like a saying that I would pick up on every trip. Like one time, "Ya no" was a really big thing. Like
Yeah,
not anymore.
no.
I just heard everyone say that. My grandma was saying it, everyone, and so then one time I said it because my grandma's like, "Paloma, tienes hambre? Like, are you hungry?" And I said, "Yeah, no," thinking, "Yeah." Wait, no, I don't know what I was thinking, but I said that not thinking not anymore. It's meant like not right now,
Uh-huh.
is what I meant to say. And then my
Gotcha.
uncle laughed at me because
That's
I didn't know what I was saying.
that's so cute. God,
Oh,
that's
it
cute.
was so
That's cute.
funny.
No, but I think, like, I don't know. I find that weird. Like, I mean, maybe it's because one of your parents spoke English and the other Spanish. But for me, it
Mhm.
was, and I know other people can relate. For me, it was both parents speaking Spanish, and it was a rule at home. It was like, en esta casa solo se habla español. And like, if
Yeah.
friends would come over, obviously, like, English, or during math lessons with my dad, which were
Mm.
brutal. It's like all English. But other than that, yeah, it was always Spanish in the house, and like, I thank them to this day because
Yeah.
I see other kids, especially the high school that I went to. A lot of them were with Italian kids,
Mm.
and they didn't speak Italian, and I was like, "Yo, this is so weird." Because if I go see mis abuelitos like in Colombia and I don't know how to speak Spanish, like I cannot communicate with them. And I thought like, man, like that would be such a like shitty situation if I couldn't
Yeah.
speak Spanish to my own grandparents. So I was like really thankful now that I look back at it. And I think like having, two languages under my belt is like awesome. So it's super, super cool to have. Um, but going with that, I was gonna ask you, what's it like being like with a Mexican dad and a Canadian mom? Like, I just want to know like the dynamics at home. Like, is there something like really Canadian that you guys do? Like, what's like the mix of traditions? Like, for me it's basically like it's more of the same stuff.
Mhm.
I mean, Argentinian tradition and like Colombian is very like it's different, but it's
Yeah.
also a lot of the same. But I want to know what's it like for you?
Yeah, I mean, my mom was really into Mexican culture and stuff because she had, like, traveled to Mexico, that's where she met my dad. So she's all into we have all this, like, talavera in the house, I don't know if you know what that is.
No.
It's like pottery from the state where my
Okay.
dad's family's from.
Okay.
Um, you have it, like, everywhere. Uh, Lots of Mexican I don't know, Mexican food a lot, like tostadas and tacos and stuff. So yeah, my mom was really good at that, but, we also do a lot because my mom's whole family's here, my dad's whole family's in Mexico. So we do Christmas, we do very British, like English, so we do this thing, like, Christmas pudding, which is you light it on fire and, like, you sing a song, which
Oh my god, that's cringy.
it's not even it's no one eats it, it's like this you put alcohol on it and light it on fire. It's a very English thing to do, or when you, like,
Oh, wow.
stew, Irish stew, and it's fun because it's a whole mix of things, like, I would drink tea and watch Downton Abbey with my mom and grandma,
Nice.
while, like, I would, I don't know, do Mexican folk dancing or, like, listen to reggaeton and that kinda thing, right? It's
Yeah.
fun, and then my mom's family, like, she has siblings, and they both married, like, my one pair of cousins are Jewish and one pair of cousins are Iranian, so
Mhm.
it's like, I kinda got to learn a lot about different cultures and stuff, so it's been fun.
That's
Here's a
awesome.
question I have for you, though. When you speak Spanish I haven't really noticed, though. When you speak Spanish, do you speak it with an Argentinian or Colombian accent? Because 'Cause they're both kinda
That is a good
like, you
question.
can tell.
Okay, Paloma going off script. I like that, I like that. Just for everyone doesn't know, like, we got a little script here, but, like, I like that. No, for me, it honestly depends, where I am. So, especially at home, I definitely resonate with the Colombian
Mhm.
slang.
That I've slightly
Um,
noticed that, to
yeah,
be honest, yeah.
a lot of people say it's like paisa or
Yeah,
costeño. Um, but when I go to Argentina, it takes about a week or so, and then I start adapting. And then, "Che, qué haces?" Like, vos, like, instead of like, they say, like,
yeah,
"Vos qué haces?" Like, and then, like, there's other, like, words and slang that they use, but definitely depends on where I am.
for sure.
Um, but yeah, I think that's just the way I am, and, like, I think it's funny, like, switching between both, like, it's pretty jokes, but yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And then how was it learning like, how did you learn English? Because how did you make that transition from Spanish to English?
I think it was just, like, naturally, like, through school,
Yeah,
just, like, going up the grades. Like I said, it was hard at first, but I think that it was definitely worth it. And yeah, like, as a kid, like, you just pick up languages so easily, like, your brain is just, like it's like a little sponge, and you can just pick up anything. So, I always joke with my girlfriend, and I was like, "Oh, like, if we get married and have kids, like, they're learning Spanish, like, right
yeah,
away," like, because, they are, like, a little sponge and they can soak everything up. So definitely that was kind of just naturally the way I got English as my second language. But yeah.
yeah, yeah. 'Cause I have one friend who, like, refused to speak English until he had to. Like, he's from El Salvador, and he was like, "No, I'm not speaking English till," I guess till he was 4, so I don't know
Hmm.
how much influence a three-year-old has, but, yeah, he's like, "Nope." So, it's funny.
That's jokes. I was gonna ask you. So
Mhm.
growing up, did you have a lot of Spanish friends or like Mexican friends? Like, did your mom have like? I always joke around with like my buddies that are Latino, but like I always say that like la Latina moms, like they always find each other. Like no matter
Yeah.
where, like you'd be like in like the middle of like Russia, and like as soon as like a Latino mom like finds another mom, like there's like a connection,
Yeah.
and like they all start like going to each other's houses and stuff. So my question is, what was it like for you? Like, did you have a lot of like Spanish speaking friends, or like?
I didn't a ton because I live in the beaches, have all my life, and it's not a very Latin or multicultural area, let's just say.
The beaches, eh?
Um, yeah, yeah, yeah. If you're from the beaches, which a lot of my friends are, they will know that. And so yeah. So at school, not so much, or there'd be, like, one a lot of Portuguese kids at my
Mhm,
elementary school,
mhm.
and then in my high school, it was just, like, fully white. So
Really?
well, not fully, there were other kids from, like, I don't know,
Other
Danforth or
parts.
Scarborough or whatever. Um, but, yeah, not too much until well, my mom, when I was a kid, she used to teach, Latin dance classes, so people who she taught with or whatever who were also Latin or, like, maybe mixed families kinda thing,
Mhm.
um and we still have a lot of friends from that to this day.
Oh my
You
god,
good?
choking on some what?
Oh,
What?
no.
Oh my god.
Okay,
Oof,
I'll keep
sorry,
talking
guys.
to distract.
No, it's fine.
Um,
Oh my
okay,
god.
you're good.
Oof. It like, goes down the wrong pipe? Like, that's
Yeah,
just
bro, I hate that.
not good to happen when you're on air.
No.
Oh, good.
But yeah, it was I mean, I didn't until I started doing Mexican dance, or,
Mhm.
like, my mom taught salsa with a few of my friends, when I was a kid, but that's about it, and then now with Olas and stuff, I've met more people, which
I think that's an
yeah.
Olas plug right
Ola's
there.
plug right there.
Olas plug right there. So, guys, if you're at Ryerson, and you're Latin and you wanna, join a student organization, Paloma and I are actually part of Olas, which is the organization of Latin American students. So definitely check us out. I'm the VP of events.
I'm
So
VP of communications, so if you're on Instagram, you're probably talking to one of us.
exactly,
Yeah,
exactly. And oh man, COVID has just been so poor with that. Like,
I
guys, I
know.
had a lot of events planned out. I was gonna say now that I'm legal, I remember like first year I was like, yo, like we should like everyone was like going out to like clubs and stuff. And I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I'm
Yeah.
about that. But now, now I want to plan some more events that require us going out.
Yeah.
So definitely excited for that.
Okay, let's get back to the topic, though. How was
Yes.
school for you? Did you have a lot of Latin friends growing up, or how was that for you?
Honestly, I did. And I told you it's because my mom found these connections. And then like the next day she's like, look, this is Victor. And it's like and his mom's Mexican. And then it's like, oh, this is Maria. And like her mom's like
Mhm.
Argentinian. And it's like they just came so naturally, I guess, because of my mom.
Mhm.
So actually I have a decent amount of friends. Even the ex-president of OLAS, Isaac,
Oh, yeah.
we were family friends, way before Olas and stuff. So yeah, it was like actually like I have a decent amount of Latin friends all over, like Colombia, Mexico, Venezuela, like
Mhm.
pretty much everywhere. So I thought that was like really cool to have them. And the best part about that is obviously if anyone knows, like you can just relate
Yeah.
so much easier. Like I have my neighbors like literally like around the street. Their mom's Mexican. And when we get together, it's probably so funny because we just understand each other that much better. Like when
Yeah.
my mom gets mad at me for like some dumb thing, they look at me like I know. So it's good to have that because in other families and stuff, like you go over to the house and you're like, yo, does your mom ever like like do this or whatever? And they're like, dude, no. And it's like, God damn, that's my Latina mom. Like that's
Yeah.
her. You know what I mean? So I think it has a good benefit of having a lot of like Latin friends.
Mhm, mhm.
And that's the
And
thing, like growing up in like Canada, like we're super lucky, I think, especially in Toronto, like super multicultural. And then I think that's one of the biggest things why I went to Ryerson was because I was like, yo, like I love, experiencing other people and new cultures.
mhm.
And I was like, I could never go away to like a small university town. I feel like it was just not like diverse enough.
Yeah.
But I think Ryerson has played a huge role in, first of all, like exposing me to more like Latinos in general
Yeah.
because I was like I didn't know like I was like oh like there's like there's a Latin population obviously but then I saw Olas and like I met everyone else there so it was awesome to have that.
Yeah, for sure. And then I also forgot to mention, I work at a Mexican restaurant, started doing that this year, which has been really fun because then I get to practice my Spanish. which is interesting. I have one good friend who or, like, 2, they're twins, and they're from here and Scottish, but, like, are really into they work at the restaurant with me, she got one of them got
Okay.
me the job, and they're really into Latin culture, especially Puerto Rican, like, my one friend speaks Spanish with a Puerto Rican accent, which I love, and
That's oh my
she's way
god.
better than me because 'cause she's been working at the restaurant for 3 years, so she's had way more, like, consistent practice, so
And
but I
they
get to sorry?
I know they, like, require you to, like, speak Spanish when you're serving?
No, it's just,
Oh.
like, a lot of them do speak Spanish, so it's
Oh,
just
okay, okay.
easier, like, a lot of
Fair.
them are from Mexico, so it just is easier for them,
Got you.
um, but yeah, that's been good to because my Spanish isn't that bad in my defense, I just haven't spoken Spanish that much around you.
That's true, that's true, like,
Yeah.
during the meetings, we don't speak Spanish,
I
but,
speak English because I'm
yeah.
nervous.
No, I feel like you just have, like, a really funny accent, like, if you, like,
Ugh,
start speaking Spanish.
okay, well, I talk really I have a Mexican accent for sure
Uh-huh.
when I speak Spanish, but it's dumb because my voice goes, like, up 10 octaves, and it just is, like, really high. It's so
Yeah.
annoying.
My voice is that too, like, I go up in pitch,
Why?
I think, as well. I don't know why.
Like,
I don't
I
know.
guess because 'cause I'm nervous, that's probably why, but, like, I definitely can't express myself I don't have the vocabulary to express myself in Spanish as well as I do in English, you know?
I feel that, I feel
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah, I mean, to my grandma, I'll speak Spanish, but
That's
anyone
it?
else, I'm like,
No one
"Eh."
else?
I
And you don't speak
try.
Spanish at home, like, with your dad? No?
No,
No
because
way.
I guess we're all just so used to English, it just kinda is because my sister
Did
doesn't really speak Spanish, so we don't wanna
mm.
I don't know, we watch Spanish shows and listen to Spanish music, so that's
Oh,
fun.
did you watch Elite by any chance or no?
I watched, like, the first 2 seasons, and
Oh
then
my
I
god.
was it's
Actually, what, that isn't there I think there was 2 seasons or
they're
3?
coming out with season 5 now.
Oh, wow. Jeez.
I
Oh.
know.
I
Um,
loved it. I loved that was a great series. For anyone
I
who hasn't seen Elite, go
I
watch
liked the
that.
first season because it was, like, kinda murder mystery, but
Mhm.
then after it's like they're kinda trying too hard.
Okay,
You're
whatever.
like, "Eh." Did you watch Cable Girls, Chicas del Cable?
No. What is
Oh my
that?
god, do it, it's good. It's like the
Go
same
it.
people from Elite. Well, no, it's not.
That's,
That's
Elite
the
has
other show.
Elite has
What?
yeah, the bank one, Money Heist, right?
Yeah,
That
yeah,
one.
yeah,
That has
that's
the
my
same
guess.
people from Elite. Yeah.
But yeah, they use a lot of same actors. Um, Chicas del Cable, also Grand Hotel, both really good, like, kinda novellas on Netflix that you should watch.
Mhm. I'll add those
They're
to the list.
yeah, add them
But
to the
I find that weird, so, like, did your dad not like, he just like, was he just not about, like, teaching you and your sister
no,
Spanish, like, when you
that.
guys were born?
I mean,
I don't wanna,
he
like,
was
like,
about
throw your
it.
dad under the
No, no,
bus.
no, 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 it's fine. No, I mean, he was about it, it's just I think he was trying to learn English too, right? And, like, my mom's whole family speaks
I see.
English, so
I
it
see.
just makes more sense to speak English most of the time, you know what I mean?
You can't beat 'em, join 'em, yeah. Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's tough. That shows. Do you visit, like, Mexico often? You have a lot of
Visit
family there, or
Yeah, my dad has, 4 siblings in Mexico.
wow, big fan.
Yeah, and they all have, like, 2 or 3 kids. So and my dad's the youngest, so a lot of my cousins are, like, 20 years older than me, which is fun.
No
Yeah.
me too!
Oh, yeah? I mean, that makes
Yeah,
sense.
my dad and my mom well, my mom's the oldest
Mhm.
of all her, like, brothers and sisters on her side, but my dad's the youngest, so all
Mm.
my cousins on my dad's side are all, like, in their 20s, and then a decent amount of my cousins on my mom's side are also super old. And I remember, like, visiting Colombia and, like, I would probably be more with, like, the male cousins most of the time, like, sometimes with my female cousins, like, especially as I got older.
Yeah,
But definitely like because I was little,
yeah,
whatever. But yeah, they would always take me out to like stuff that was happening in Colombia. And yeah, like I think that was a really good influence on me, just having them like speaking all the time, and like
yeah.
I just picked up the language super quickly.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, for sure. Did you visit Argentina or Colombia more? Or is it kinda equal?
Colombia,
Mm.
yeah. Colombia's the place, man. Like Barranquilla, for anyone
Yeah?
listening, like Quilla is the place. Like that is like a lot of stuff happens there, and it's a lot of fun. But I will say, I visit Argentina. I think like I don't know. I'd probably go like every 2 years versus
Mhm.
Colombia is like once a year at least.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And that's just because like I'm lucky. Like my mom worked in the airline business,
Oh,
so
cool.
Yeah, she used to work for a company called Continental, and
Mhm.
now it's United. You probably know United Airlines.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so she has, like, really nice, like, benefits, let's just say. So we fly often.
Nice.
Yeah, and yeah, Colombia's a great place to go to. And
Yeah.
that's what I love about, like, being half, half and half, like, mixed Latino, is that you can experience a whole 'nother culture. And, like, when you go to Colombia or even Argentina, I feel like, especially in Argentina, things are so laid back because my dad's from a little town called Bariloche.
Mhm.
So when you go there, it's like it's not a big city. It's like really small, really like rural area, and it's like I don't know. I kind of it's nice. Even like my family there, like they don't have a lot of the stuff that I have here, and it kind
Mhm.
of brings me down like to like another level. And it's like oh, like I appreciate the little things when I go there. So
Yeah.
that's what I love about going to other to my South American countries.
Mhm.
You know.
Yeah, I feel that because my dad's family well, he's from Mexico City, my dad, that's where he was born.
Oh
Then they
wow.
moved now they live, all my dad's family pretty much, they're kinda in and around Mexico, but most of them live in this one small town in Puebla, which is, like, outside of Mexico City.
Hmm.
Um, but it's fun because Daisy and I or Daisy, my sister, um, we, we're city girls from Toronto for whole life, so it's fun
City
going
girls.
to city girl. It's fun going to kind of a smaller town. It's still really busy because there's
Uh
like, a
huh.
small town in Mexico is, like, 1,000,000 people. Um, but, yeah, it's fun because there's, like, I don't know, ladies making tortillas and stuff everywhere, like, it's
Wow, that's the
fun.
definition of fun. It's like
No, but it's fun to experience other things,
yeah.
or there's, like, haciendas everywhere that you can go to, it's really cool. Um,
What do you
yeah.
think what do you think would be the biggest difference in, I guess, cities between Toronto and Mexico? Like, I don't know about too much about Mexico City, but is it
Mhm.
obviously it's probably not as diverse. Like, do you get a lot of like other people other than, Mexicans or
Not really. I've heard
no?
there's a Lebanese community in Mexico City, but I
Oh,
honestly have no idea. It's mostly Mexicans. Like, one time my uncle came to visit here, sometimes I don't know, we have family visiting, but he came here, picked me up from school once, and was like, "Whoa, it's really multicultural here." Because I went to a really multicultural school at the time. He's like, "Wow, like, everyone's so different." I'm like, "Yeah."
yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah,
Mex it's
that's
not
Toronto.
it's huge. Like, Mexico City has a ton of people, like, more than it's like, I don't know, it's a lot. It's a lot of people, it's busy. So it's a little overwhelming, but it's fun. And
When
it's not super diverse, but yeah.
when you went to so I think you were telling me before we started, you went to Catholic, high
Yeah.
school? Catholic elementary
Elementary school,
school.
elementary school.
And that was what, from grades, what, 1 till
JK to grade 8.
oh, wow, okay. And, like, what was that like? Like, having, like, the Catholic influence, like, was that a big thing for, like, your dad? I don't know, because I feel that, especially, Latinos in general, they have a very close, strong connection with their faith, at least,
Yeah,
I guess, in my opinion. But my mom is very, like, like, we cross church, like, we're driving and, like, we pass by a church and
same
sign of
here.
the cross, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
but yeah, I'm just wondering, like, was that like a big factor in their opinion when they sent you to Catholic school, or?
I mean, not too much, like, my mom's not Catholic,
Mhm.
not really religious, so we kinda just went because it was across the road. But no, but also, like, I was
Paloma.
no, that's not why, but I mean, it's not like we don't
No, it's
really go
not
to
bad.
church,
No, not
let's
a
just say
bad thing. Not a bad thing.
but my like, I don't know, I mean, my dad does the sign of the cross if we are in a car, like, if we're
Mhm.
about to go on a long road trip or something, she does, but, that's pretty much the extent. My dad has a rosary, I have a rosary, but, my grandma, though, is pretty religious, like, I have a story I told you about a while ago where we went to this hacienda, and then, there were all these, like,
Wait, what's an
shrines.
hacienda?
It's like a
Hacienda?
big old house that they've kind of made into a museum.
Uh-huh.
It's like
Hacienda. Okay.
a kinda like a castle. We called
Okay.
it a castle when I was a kid. It's not really a
Okay.
castle, but,
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
Um, and then I don't know, there are lots in Mexico, so we just went because there's one in my dad's town.
There's castles everywhere in
Not
Mexico.
castles, but, like, old houses that are
Okay.
big.
Old houses. All right. All
Yeah.
right.
So we did a tour of one, and, like, there are all these shrines, like, to Guadalupe, right? And at
Yeah, the
every
Lady of
single
Guadalupe. Yeah.
yeah, and at every single one, my grandma would be, like, praying and it was it took so much longer than it needed to.
That's so funny.
'Cause of that, but,
Um,
yeah, it was funny. That's kinda the extent of it
fair, fair.
for me.
Yeah, my mom is like, very religious.
Mhm.
And I don't know. I think like for obviously teach his own, but like it's interesting to see that, especially when I go to even like Colombia is a very religious place, like a very
Yeah.
religious like country. I think in general, like gracias, like oh, how are you doing? Like gracias a Dios, like all good.
Mm.
You know what I mean? And I think that also like adds a lot to the culture there, which I think is really nice.
Yeah.
Um, yeah.
This is off topic, but, like, you know how lots of Argentinians are Italian somewhat to an extent? Are you
Yes,
one of those
because of
Argentinians?
I no, no. So, I mean, like, little history lesson here, but, like, after World War II, there was a lot of immigration from Europe into South America, and I think as well as North America, but I know a heavy, like, percent of people from Europe, from countries like Italy, Slovenia, like former Yugoslavia, but they did go to Argentina. So my parents, so my dad, sorry, he's actually also Slovenian.
Cool.
Because so his parents are Slovenian,
Oh,
but
hence the
then
Arco.
yes, and oh, you
Oh.
got it. Yo, okay. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
So,
smart.
yeah, so my grandparents, were Slovenian, and then they
Yeah.
moved to Argentina, and then so fun fact, I actually have a dual citizenship.
No
So, yeah.
way.
Yeah, so my dad got me my Slovenian passport, a
That's
couple
so
years back,
cool.
which is awesome because, like, I can go to Europe and work there and, don't have to pay, like, heavy fees or anything like that,
Yeah.
so it's really cool. I don't know why I never got my Colombian one. I think or Argentinian, like, I think it was
Yeah.
just like, I don't need those. I mean, like, if you have a Euro, like, passport, like, any country in Euro, like, that's
Yeah.
huge, like, you know what I mean? Like, bunch of countries there. So, yeah. What about
Yeah.
you? You don't have any, Mexican citizenship or you
Yeah,
didn't
I
apply
do.
for
I
it?
have a dual
Oh, you
citizenship.
do?
Yeah, I've
Oh,
had one since I was a child. My sister doesn't, we're working on it still, but, yeah, I have a dual citizenship for Mexico. I could technically get English passport because my
right.
grandma was born in England,
Yeah.
um,
It's a lot of
also World
paperwork.
World War II, but,
Yeah.
yeah, no, it's a lot of paperwork, and if it were is it still Brexit already happened, right?
I don't know,
Is it
don't
part of the EU?
that's
I don't
not
know.
too
If it
far,
were
Paloma, that's out of our
No,
range,
I'm
that's
saying if it were still part of Europe, like the EU, that'd be cool because
Yes.
then I could get my, British passport and just go everywhere. But,
Yeah.
then I guess I'm just limited to the British Isles now. But, it'd be cool. I don't know.
No, speaking of traveling and, like, just, like, the other countries in general, like, what do you love the Mexican weather or, like, what's your favorite weather? Like, do you love living in Canada or
I like living in Canada because I like Toronto, just as a
Mhm,
city, but
mhm.
I have to say, the best weather that I liked in Mexico was in Puerto Vallarta, excuse my accent, because Mexico
It's
because
terrible. No, I'm joking.
it's hard for me to say that word. Um, in Mexico City, it's kinda more of a dry heat, so you're hot, but and then no one wears shorts, so you look weird wearing shorts in the summer because everywhere it's like
Mhm,
spring because it's like 30 degrees, but
mhm.
everyone's wearing pants. I'm like, "'Kay, guess I gotta wear pants," and it's do you find that too in
Man,
Mexico?
I think it's 'cause I honestly have a theory where, like, if you're born in, like, a climate, like, your body, like, obviously, like, I feel like it's obviously, like, built different,
Yeah, yeah.
but I go to Colombia and I am like, if I don't wear shorts, bro, like, I am sweating.
Right?
But then I see people, it's like, oh, they're in, like, jeans and, like, long sleeve, like, collared shirts, like, especially
I
people who
always see
work
people in vests in, like, Mexico, or I always see a lot of
uh
vests. I don't know if that's just a Mexico thing or
But I'm like, "Yo, like, you man, like, kudos to you, bro, because like, I would literally probably, like, sweat through those shirts,
Yeah,
like, bad."
yeah.
There's a shirt I think it's, like I don't know if it's Colombian, but it's called una guayabera, and it's, like, this, like,
Yeah, that's
white
everywhere,
l
man.
oh, sorry. But yeah, yeah, it's, like, that white linen shirt, and, like, I remember once for, like, a baptism, I had to wear one, and I was like,
Oh,
"Yo,
yeah.
I'm literally rocking this everywhere I go because it was,
Yeah.
like, so, like, breathable."
They look so
So I love
nice.
that.
I had
They
to
are, they
get
are,
one.
they are.
I got one for a dance performance thing. We got to go when I was doing Mexican dance, we went on this trip, like a tour in France and Spain, which was so much
Mhm.
fun. But, we they gave us guayaberas that were like satin, So, it
Satin, okay, okay.
completely defeated the purpose because the fabric was
Yeah.
so thick, you were and I don't know if you've been to France, but France in the summer is really hot, if surprisingly. I didn't think it would be, like,
I've been to France, yeah.
it was
Beautiful.
hot, it was, like, middle of July, we were just in
Oof.
but they're like, "Okay, wear white jeans," which are so hard to find, I realize now.
I would
White
never wear white jeans, I don't think I could.
I know. We were scrambling to find them, but this was, like, the uniform they wanted for the trip. So,
I
like, wear
see,
white
okay.
jeans and wear this red satin guayabera. I'm like, "'Kay." So, literally walking around Paris just sweating in these horrible outfits.
I know. I don't know. My mom, like, I was like, "Mom, like, why didn't you pass on those, like, like, sweating jeans to me?" Because like, it sounds weird, but, like, yeah, like, she'll go to Colombia and she'll wear, like, whatever, like, pants or something, like, how are you not dying in this? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And, like, it's hard to dress formal with, like, shorts
Yeah.
when I go out. It's like, "Oh, this is a little bit weird," but, yeah, I
I
guess
mean, I do it to blend in.
to
My
blend
cousin
in.
but also my cousins have a store and they sell a lot of jeggings, like, lots of different colors and stuff, and when they were, like, at the height of their popularity, like, before they were cool in
Jeggings.
Canada, they gave me all these pairs of jeggings. I'm like, "'Kay, guess I'm guess I'm wearing these." I've come downstairs in, like, blue pants, like, bright blue pants or
Oh.
yellow or they looked cute at the time, I was, like, 14, so it's like
Speaking of blending in, I wanna ask you,
Uh-huh.
do people think when you go to Mexico, do they think that you look Mexican? Because if anyone,
Yes.
like, I know for people listening, I am blanquito. I am gringo. I have blue eyes and blonde hair. So when I go to Colombia, all I hear is,
Hey,
oye
güero.
mono, hey, gringo, gringo." Like, no one thinks I speak Spanish. So it's kind of funny, like, when I, like, start speaking Spanish. But,
Mhm.
like, for you, like, I mean, like, I don't know, I consider you, I consider you Latina. Like, I could
I
look at you and I'm
yeah,
like, "Hey, like, she looks Mexican." Like, she
I
looks
look
Latina at least.
Mexican, that is for sure. Yeah, I look Latina for sure, just 'cause of my coloring and everything features and stuff. Cause I don't know,
Do you
my
tan easy?
yeah. Ugh,
Oh,
I
you're
miss
so
being tan.
lucky.
Oh
You're
my
so
do
lucky.
you
I
not?
can't.
Do you burn?
Yeah, I burn.
Oh,
I burn.
no.
Yeah, I think, like, my arms get, like, good color.
Mhm.
Like, Chloe and I are on Zoom right now, like, so she can see me, but, like,
Yeah.
I it's only, like, the top part of my hand that gets color.
Mhm.
And I don't, yeah, again, like, I'm really frustrated because, like, I'm white, like, I don't even get, like, the slightest little tan. I just get burnt.
Yeah. I mean, you have
So,
curly
that
hair, which
sucks.
is nice, though. That
Mhm.
kind of
Yeah.
bounces it. You have fun hair.
I do have fun hair. When I was a
Yeah,
kid, I used to have an afro, and, like,
that's so
I
funny.
don't I don't know about you, but, like, a haircut works wonders for some people. Like, just, like, understanding how your hair works and the
Yeah.
hairstyle.
Yeah.
Like, I remember, like, if people who know me are listening, like, I had, like, frizzy, like, afro hair. Like, it was, like, up to here,
Oh my god.
and yeah, people were like, they would be like, "El león," like a lion, because of, like, the
Yeah.
mane.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until, like, oh, man, it wasn't until, like, grade, I think, 11, so, like, recently, this is, like, only a couple, like, 3 years ago, whatever. It wasn't until grade 11 till, like, my buddy was like, "Yo, I have, like, a Cuban barber." First of all, I think Cuban barbers are great, or Dominican barbers,
Uh-huh.
really good barbers.
I've heard good things
Um,
about that.
there's obviously there's a bunch of other, like, great barbers, but this guy, his name's Elio, and he's from
Wait!
Cuba.
Oh my god! That's my hairdresser.
From, oh my god, from
Elio from
Abella?
Cuba?
From Ab
Yes. Chivella. That's awesome.
Bro, what? You're kidding.
Guys, we have the same hairdresser. That is so funny.
You're
I'm
lying, you're
I'm not
joking.
lying. I've been going to Elio for, like,
Bro,
3
Elio
years.
curly hair and, like, beard, or,
Yes,
like,
yes,
sometimes bald and beard
yes! That's
with
literally
tattoos? With tat
yeah, he does my hair, my mom's hair, my sister's hair.
Okay,
That's
whoa,
so
alright,
funny.
so change of topic. Now we're talking about hair. Now we're talking about hair and Elio, because this is, okay,
I
I
love
swear we didn't
Elio.
plan this. I swear we didn't
We
plan
did
this.
not.
We did
We
not
just
plan
found this
this.
out now. I'm literally
But
crying. It's so funny.
okay, so okay, first of all, does he come to your house and cut your hair?
No, I go to Chevelle and get it cut
Okay, so
'cause
this is what
I
I'm
like
gonna
going
say.
downtown, that's why.
Okay, this is what I'm gonna say about that.
Mhm.
How do you afford that? Like, what do you do? That shit is so expensive. Uh, uh, and
It's
you're a girl too. I
yeah.
got a haircut once because like, I'm not, I won't say, but, like, Elio has a friend of a friend who,
Mhm.
like, when he gets his haircut, Elio comes over and, like, and he charges
Mhm.
him, like,
Mhm.
half the price, if not less. and
Wow.
then I come over, and then, like, he does me for
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But when I went once, cause like, he couldn't, like, come over and do it, and I was like, "Yo, I need a haircut, like, I have, like, a big thing," and he was like, "Okay, come down to the, like, to the place where I work." What's it
Mhm.
called? And he
Mhm.
was like, "Okay, like, I'll, like, bless you a discount." Before he blessed me the discount, it was, like, $70,
Yeah.
and he just
That's
cut
what it
my hair
costs.
and washed it, and I was
Yep.
like, "Oh, dude, it'd be way more if, like, you got, like, a blowout or color and all this shit," so
Color is expensive. I started coloring my hair and it's like, "Oh, geez, I'm not ready for that." That's why I only do it, like, once a year. Um,
okay.
but,
But you don't go all the time, like, girls don't go all the
no.
time to get their
I
hair
get my
you go,
hair
like,
cut
once or twice a year, right?
I go a little more often now because I'm actually figuring out that I need to get my hair cut more because curly hair is
Mhm,
really dry, and especially now since I made it kind of lighter, it
mhm.
gets even more dry. So, my mom started trimming my hair and trimming off, like, my dead ends and stuff. She did it recently, actually, and it looked good.
My mom cuts my
Um,
hair sometimes too
yeah,
now, but anyways,
right? But
yeah.
yeah, Elio, I mean, I would
I
only go,
love
like,
him.
maybe twice a year. I love him so much, he's great. So I was like, I'm only going to him because before I had gone to people who didn't know how to deal with my hair,
Uh-huh.
so it just my curls sucked because I didn't know how to do it, didn't have any products for anything,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and then,
I feel that.
yeah, so I kind of I started figuring out my hair in, like, grade 11, that's when it started
Mhm.
looking pretty good. Same
Nice.
thing, I guess. Yeah, yeah, I was like because otherwise before, I was curling my hair with a curling iron every day.
Oh, that's not
Um,
good. You
no, it's
literally
not.
told me, you're like, "Oh, like, I it's bad for your hair," and I was like,
I
"Well,
know.
why does everyone do it?"
Yeah,
They
so
don't
it's
care
just
about
because it's easier, but, yeah, no, now I figured out my hair thanks to Elio, and he just kinda blessed it, so,
He did, and I
yeah,
remember so I had, like, the afro, and, like, I went over to my that buddy's house, and, like,
yeah,
Elliot was there, and he was like, "Alright, like, have you thought about, like, a skin fade?" And I was like, no." And he's like, "Alright, I'm gonna get you with a nice, like, mid skin fade, and then, like,
yeah,
here, take this, like, product." And I was like, "Alright." Does it, I go home, I shower, I put this curl cream, and I was like, "Yo, I look good. I look good." And from now on, that's like, I get the skin fade and, like,
yeah.
top curly, but yeah, big difference,
That's
definitely
what
a
my
big
dad
difference.
does. Skin
Yeah.
fade, and yeah, my sister and mom learned how to fade my dad's hair, during COVID
It's
because
not I did
it's
the
not that
same,
bad.
yeah. I did the
Yeah.
same, yeah. It's harder when you're, like, holding up a mirror and kinda, like, yourself.
Yeah, I can't I would
Um,
be terrified. I would just not do it, you know?
I have a buddy who
Yeah.
cuts hair.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a buddy of mine. Shout out to Os Cuts. He cuts hair, and, I remember I was, like, one of his first couple clients because, like, close friends, so, like, he would invite his friends and he would cut his hair, and, so we always go to him whenever he's in town. But yeah, it's good to have that. Good to have that,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
barber there. Yeah.
That's really funny. What a coincidence. That's actually really funny.
Yeah, I
I
swear we didn't plan that. Like, I
I did
know.
not find like, that's so
How
funny.
funny. Elio's from Cuba, man. What a guy.
He's
What a
cool, he's
guy.
cool. Okay, speaking of Cuba, let's talk slang. Let's talk different country slang.
Ooh.
What are some of your favorite, like, slang words from, let's say, like, I guess, Colombia and Argentina since that's kinda your experience?
Man, okay, so, I think I don't actually, whatever. I'll say it.
Okay.
Okay, so in Colombia, like, man, oh my god, I'm trying to think. I'll start with Argentina. Like, obviously, like, people say "che," which means
Mhm.
like you, or like "che, qué haces?" Like, what's up? Like, yo, what's up? And then obviously the bad word they say, which is, like, I guess it's slang, is boludo, which you hear
That's
all
what
the
I've
time.
heard. That's what
Yeah,
I've heard.
boludo, which means like stupid, idiot, imbecile. They say that. Colombian. Oh my. Oh, do you know what tengo filo means? Tengo filo.
No.
It means like I'm starving, like I'm marved, I'm hungry. Tengo
Oh,
filo.
that's so funny.
Yeah, yeah. So they use that. What else? Um, I don't know. I can't think of the ones top of my head. Should have wrote these down. We were gonna talk about this. But
Okay.
yeah. I mean, what about you? Mexico? Like, I don't know.
I have a question. So, do you say, like, güero in Argentina or Colombia? We say that for blonde people.
Cuero?
Gueraro. Like, güera,
No,
güero. That's what people call
no.
my mom. Like, we'll walk
Oh,
around, they're like, "Hey, güerita," to my mom, 'cause she's blonde and everything.
that's so
Um,
funny. They just say mono or gringo.
mhm. Yeah. Yeah, gringo
Where
too.
in Colombia, like, they say that. In Argentina, like, there's a lot of, like, people with blonde hair, so they don't like, they usually
Yeah,
just
good
call me out.
point, good point.
But, like, if I'm, like, in Colombia and, like, I play soccer or something, like, "Mono," like,
Oh,
like,
that's so
they'll yell out.
funny.
But, yeah, no, they don't, yeah, no, I
Yeah.
don't get that a lot.
I
What about
like
Mexico?
Mexican slang I
I
love
know there's,
Mexican
like
slang.
what do they say? What was it, way?
Oh my god,
I
güey, ¿qué pasa, güey? ¿Qué onda, güey?
Yeah.
Like, it's so funny to me. That is my dad says "güey" like all the time, man. I hear him talk to his brother like, "Hey, ¿qué onda, güey? ¿Qué onda,
Yeah.
brother?" Like all the time
I
on the
know
phone.
in Spain, I remember, like I have a funny story, so Um, my I had the opportunity to go when I was like I think I was like 15 to
Mhm.
France to a camp,
That's
like a
fun.
summer camp in France. And I
That's sick.
and I didn't know like barely any French because I was
Yeah.
like grade 8. Like I had
Yeah.
like my grade like, like whatever like Toronto high schools
Mhm,
teach
mhm.
you for French. And like the whole idea was like, okay, like I'd go there, play like a sport, and then like learn French. I go into like my room and like the two roommates are from Spain. So, like, I didn't speak a peep of French the entire time I was there, and they used to say hostia or
I've
tío. Like,
heard of that.
it's like, "Hostia, tío, ¿qué haces?" And they say hostia, which I don't even know what that means, and then they say tío, which means uncle,
Yeah,
but I
they
guess it
call
means,
everyone
like
tío?
yeah, yeah, they go like, "Hostia, tío, oye, tío, I don't know,
That's so
so,
funny.
yeah, I love that, like, when you go and then the worst one okay, this is the worst one.
Okay, okay, okay.
In I'm pretty sure it's in all of Colombia and probably other
Mhm.
places, but coger. So if anyone knows what I'm about to say, so coger, do you is it I don't know if it means Paloma's smiling right now, so she probably knows what it means. Coger, at least in Colombia, is to grab something. Hey, cógeme la fruta, cógeme
Mhm.
el vaso. So it means to grab something. And in Argentina or in other parts, I don't know if in Mexico or not,
Yeah,
coger means like a sexual thing.
yeah.
You can look it up. Not gonna, But I remember I was sitting with my cousin in Argentina, and like we were just like watching like whatever like there's like a nice little lake where near we live, and there was like a little like girl or a little boy, I forget, and he was like 5, and he was running after like a pigeon or something. He was chasing a pigeon. So me not knowing like what like the difference was, I was like hey, like
Oh
cógelo,
no.
cógelo, like you almost like you get
Oh
the pigeon, like
no.
cógelo.
Oh
And
my
his
god.
parents look at me and they're like what's wrong with you? And then like my cousin like died of
You're like,
laughing,
"Oh,
and he
he's
was like
Colombian, he's Colombian."
"Oh, like, he doesn't know," like and then
Oh my
they started laughing because
god.
the kid was, like, 5, so, like, he didn't
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
but then everyone started laughing, but, like, now, like, thank God I learned like that because if it was
Yeah.
another scenario, it would've been bad, so
Well,
if
cause
people know.
that's I learned, like, it means to pick up or whatever in in school in, high school. That's what they taught me.
Oh, okay, okay.
But then
That's interesting.
like, Pero Like on YouTube?
I love Pero Like, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
okay. So I was watching them, and then they had a whole episode on double meanings, and I found out that in Mexico, it means the other thing. So I was like, "Okay,
Ah.
this is very good to know just in case."
Yeah, yeah, no,
Yeah,
no, no,
yeah. But I
definitely.
know in other countries too, like Dominican and other like, to my knowledge, it was only Mexico, but I guess Argentina
Mhm,
too, that, like,
yeah.
yeah, that's the other thing.
I know, I find that so funny, like, there's so many different, like, those double meanings that you say,
Yeah.
like, I'm trying to think of
Like,
but
what's a
nothing.
torta to you?
Cake?
That's so funny. In Mexico, it's a sandwich. It's a huge sandwich. They're
Oh,
so
no
good.
way.
They're
No
so
way.
good.
See, so yeah, that's what I love about, like, the language, like, it's so funny. I mean, like, obviously people understand each other, but, like, if you were like, "Yo, like, let's get a torta," I'll be like, "Yo, like, cake? Like, bro, it's like
Oh,
lunch."
I have a really funny story for that.
Okay, go,
So,
go, go.
I was saying earlier, I went to Spanish class with my Colombian friends, right? Or they were
Mhm.
half Colombian. We went to Spanish class together, on the weekends. So, we also really liked Harry Potter at the same time, so, yeah. And then, I'd go to their house, and their abuela lives with them. So, we'd go to their house, put on a Harry Potter movie, and then one time they go, "Paloma, do you like salpicón?" And I'm like, I had no idea what they were saying. I thought they were saying salty corn. So
Okay.
I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, I love salty corn." And I'm like maybe 8, 9. No, I was yeah, 8 or 9. And I was
Like
like
corn on the cob, right? Like, that's what you
that's
thought
what
it
I was
means.
thinking,
Okay.
yeah. And then they you you know what salpicón is, right?
It's an alcoholic beverage, right, or something?
No, they came with this fruit salad.
Oh,
Like,
fruit salad. Oh, yeah,
it
yeah,
was,
yeah, okay.
like, oranges and, like, pineapple and grape I don't know, it was fruit salad. That's like what it
Bro, you must have been the most confused, like,
I was
seven-year-old, like
so confused. And I'm realizing now I was probably older, like 9 or 10. And I just didn't know.
That is
And
so
that's
funny.
oh my god, it was a really funny
That's jokes.
yeah.
I mean,
We got time, don't worry.
we got time?
Yeah, we
Okay.
got time.
Paloma and I are just looking at each other like, I don't know how long this thing I thought we get cut off at a certain, but,
No, don't worry.
we're
7,
good, we're good.
7, 7.
7. Okay, we got 5 minutes. We
Yeah.
got 5
Yeah,
minutes.
exactly, exactly.
No, yeah, I
Yeah, that
mean,
was
like,
an infamous story in my life.
I remember, like, another one, like, now that you, like, make me think of that. I forget what it's called in Spanish, but there is a, like, drink, like, an alcoholic drink, not sangria, it's like someone will probably know if they're listening. It's like a Colombian drink, um, and I forget the name.
Huh.
What was it? I forget the name, like not sangria, ceviche, not ceviche. I don't know what it
Not
was
sure.
called. But anyways, um, at my school, it was like potluck or something. It was like, "What are
Mhm.
you bringing in?" And I was like, or like, what do you love to like eat or something? And I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna bring in like this thing," and I didn't realize that it like was like alcoholic. And like the teacher, like when I brought it in that day, because like my mom was helping me carry this stuff, she's like, "Oh, like like he can't bring this. Like this is an alcoholic thing." My mom's like, "Oh my god, like it's not this. It's like the other one. Like there's like two versions
Oh.
or something. Like one's alcoholic, one's not." And like
Yeah,
yeah, it was
that's so funny.
yeah. That's
Yeah. I mean, what else? I really like what's your favorite accent, like, just in general? Like, not out of one of yours, but, like, because I really like a Mexican accent, there are different ones within the country. Like, if you're from the
mhm.
north, it's really funny, and they use, like, the word troca, like, for truck, and it's
Oh
a lot
my
of
god.
Spanglish, it's really
That's
funny.
Spanglish. I was gonna
It's
say, like,
so
that's
funny.
Spanglish.
And they have lots of things, like, oh, now I'm trying to I can't remember.
I know, like
"Guáchate." Like, it's
what is this? What is
like,
that?
"Watch yourself. Guáchate, güey." Like,
I've never heard that.
it's
That's
Spanglish,
so
it's
funny.
so funny. Or, like, do you guys say aguas too? Is that a Mexican thing, or is that everywhere else?
Agua?
Aguas, like, for careful. Like, if you
No,
across the road and you're like,
never.
"Ay, aguas." I've
No,
never used that, but I've heard other people use that.
never,
Oh, do you
never.
use padre for cool? Like, "Ay, qué padre."
Oh, no, no, that's Mexican. That's super
Is that
Mexican.
just
I don't say
Mexican?
that.
Okay, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, I don't say that, no.
I feel like
I'm
all of my slang is purely Mexican. It's when I speak with, like,
no,
my
for me
yeah.
what, sorry?
No, go ahead. No, no,
No,
s
for me, it's like, I think the one of my favorite accent is probably, like, Dominican.
yeah.
I don't know, those I think those are so cool, like, there's always jokes on, like, Instagram about, like, about Dominican baseball players, and, like, the guy, like, throws the ball, and he's like, good changeup, papi," but oh, favorite accent, Pitbull, Mr. 305, like, the best
Yes!
voice, like, oh, man, he's so
He's so
funny, like,
cool.
I love Pitbull. We'll get into that in another episode
Yeah,
about
yeah,
music and, like, more, like, the arts of our, Latin culture, but,
yeah.
yeah.
Speaking before we go, I have a funny story about Dominicans.
Mhm.
When I was working at my restaurant that I work at a few months ago, this huge Dominican guy comes in. Like, he's huge, he's tall and everything. And he comes in, and my hair was all curly that day, so I guess I looked like I could have been Dominican. This guy goes, "Hey, Dominicana, tú eres Dominicana?" Like, asking me if I'm Dominican. I'm like, "Oh, no,
That's
I'm
such a good
Mexican."
impression. That's
And
so
oh,
good.
thank you. And he's like and then I see him another time. He comes to the restaurant the next week, and I'm a hostess, so I'm, like, finding your table. I'm, like, speaking to them in Spanish. I'm like, "Sorry, we only have 1 table. I know it's kind of not the best table. I know it's cold out, but, like, that's what we have, because we were full." And he goes, "Hey, pato primo, pato primo." I'm like, "You're not related to me, man."
That's the one thing that, like, Latin people, like, they're like, "Yo, yo," like, if as long as you have that connection, like, use that, like, you're like, "Yo, oye, no sí, oye, yo soy tu amigo, no
Exactly.
sea así, no sea así, dame." That's what I love about that. That's so funny, man, yeah. I
Yeah,
love that.
that's my
I
favorite
love
moment.
I wish I could visit, like, the Dominican.
Oh,
Would
I
love
know,
to
I know.
go. Yeah. You've only been to what, Mexico?
Been to
Any other
Mexico,
la
been to Dominican,
are those
that's it. Been to
that's it?
Spain. That's it.
Okay. I've never
And,
been to
like, I've been
Spain.
to other countries too, but, like,
No, 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 but I'm talking
yeah.
about, yeah, Latin
Yeah.
countries. You don't need to flex on us, like, we
I
get it.
know.
You've been all around the world, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, that's all the time we have for today, Mati. That was fun convo.
It
Uh,
was
yeah. Yeah, thank you all for listening to Latino Soy Yo. You guys should all follow us on Instagram, So you just look us up. Latino soy yo. It has a bunch of underscores in it. Uh,
Yeah.